Hi everyone, welcome to Quarantine Parenting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being with me. So let's sit back and let's chat. Let's chat about what's going on, right? So if you're joining my channel for the first time, my name is Dr. Courtney Pegram, and I created these short daily videos to bring parents the resources, insights, tools, techniques, methods, anything, so that we can make it through the day, right? Because working remotely, homeschooling, it's a lot. And on top of that, most probably you're putting a ton of pressure on yourself. Am I doing this good enough? Am I showing up for people? Right? So all those expectations and that pressure, it's adding up. So my goal is to serve you with these videos so I can bring you maybe a new tool, a new idea, and you just pick and choose just what you need. This is a judgment-free zone. I'm far from perfect. I mess up every single day, right? Do I numb my feelings sometimes? Yeah, right? Do I avoid conflict? Yeah. Sometimes do I screw up homeschooling? Have I missed client meetings on Zoom? Yes. So with that said, we're all in this together. So I really want to talk about what we can do so we can help each other. So these videos are not just for you, but they're for me too. So with that said, I want to get back to the topic that we've been exploring this week about isolation and loneliness. Yesterday we talked about strategies as far as what can you do, right? So love letters to a friend. I'm getting mine out this week. I'm really excited about my love letters. Also like FaceTime, but add a topic or a theme to your FaceTime. Could be martini hour, wine tasting. It could be a cooking contest, right? Dinner with family. My intern does this and I love this. Her family, every Sunday, they have family dinner through Zoom. I just think that's an amazing idea. So find ways that you can get away and distract yourself so you don't feel that like burden, that heaviness of loneliness. Also, yesterday we talked about defining what loneliness is. So I hope that you could figure out what makes you lonely. These are the things you need to ask yourself. What makes you lonely? When are you lonely? Why are you lonely? So for me, even though I totally love my husband and we have a really, really great relationship and I'm super grateful. Like I married my best friend. But even when you marry your best friend, you can still feel lonely and that's okay. So when I feel lonely is typically if I'm working a ton and he's working a ton and we're two ships just sailing, right? So what happens is we become disconnected. When you become disconnected, you feel alone. You feel like someone's not showing up for you. He's not there for me. Like how did he not notice that I was having a bad day, right? Is he even listening to me? So those are some things. So the when is when we're two ships in the night sailing, right? Not even paying attention to each other. Why? Is because I am not telling him what I need. Did I even tell him like I need you to listen to me or I'm having a hard time? So with that, this is what I want you to take away with it. It's the why. So why, right, is really important. Why am I feeling this way? Well, have I even shared what I needed from someone? So often in my coaching, when we talk about, miscommunication and when we get into loneliness or feeling isolated, we have never told the people we love, the people we expect to show up, the people that are around us, what we needed. You might say, I don't even know what I need. So that's really important to identify. What do you need? When do you feel supported, loved, present? Those are the things you need to figure out. So I feel love when my feelings are being validated, I'm being listened to. And there's always the small things that make me feel so much love. It could be a nice note, email. I've been doing the work of anti-bullying, anti-violence for years because there's always a component of love to it. A kid, 5 years later, sends me an email, or I get a note, someone stops me on the street, and that bursts my heart of love. I feel whole, I feel complete, right? So you need to figure out what makes you feel whole and complete to better understand what's driving the loneliness. And then it's really important to understand, okay, the when, the why, and then what are you doing when you feel lonely? Are you criticizing yourself, right? Are you your own worst enemy inside your head, right? Separating yourself from others, declining calls, saying that you're too busy to talk. What are you doing, right? What behaviors are you showing? Because if we push people away, especially when we feel lonely, people just stop reaching out. They don't know what to do. So it's really important to tell the people we love what we need and how they can show up for us. So the how is important. Then what are the behaviors that I show when I feel isolated? And then how do I feel love? How do I feel supported? What does that look like, feel like? Once you identify that, it creates this idea, almost like a map, right? Okay, so this is where I want to be, where I feel supported and loved. And this is when I hit that dark cloud of loneliness and isolation. And here are my reasons. Here's my why, my when, my where. This is a lot about self-awareness. I do a ton of work on this, and it's really important to start mapping it out and being clear. What do you expect of others? What do you expect of yourself? Is that realistic? You can't tell someone, well, you're not there for me, I feel so lonely, if they didn't know what they could have done. People don't know, right? And they're not purposely trying to harm you, but if they don't have clarity, how are they going to show up for you? Well, they should have known. Well, should have, could have, would have is things that we always try to avoid to say. So let's talk to each other. Let's be real. And if it comes down to reaching out to a friend, telling them, or just texting them, hey, I'm having a bad day. Do you have time to talk? There's also groups you can join. Facebook has a ton of them, right? Or find ways to get yourself distracted too if you're starting to feel lonely or isolated. I might lock myself in the bathroom and check out my Instagram account. Or I got into TikTok too. Oof, that's fun. So that distracts me. That makes me laugh. So find distractors that keep you away from feeling that loneliness. But also don't use those things to isolate yourself further. If you're spending hours down a rabbit hole with social media, stop. Just stop. Don't do it. Set timers so that you're not 3 hours going through pictures and posts and TikTok videos and just thinking that oh my God, they had the best quarantine life and mine sucks. Or I should be doing that. Or I should be, working out, eating healthy, learning dance challenges. No. If you find yourself on social media and it's not bringing you joy and you're judging, you're criticizing yourself and you're feeling bad, shut it down. Just shut it down, right? And distract yourself with something else. That's why it's important to really talk about the people that we love and be clear. Make a list. Make a list of people that you love, right? Reach out to them. If you're like, well, I've done that already, do it again, right? Have meaningful conversations with people. A quick thing. So sometimes I'm always, when I'm reaching out, my mom, I call her or text her at least every other day, if every day, just because she's a higher risk. Well, if you're talking to someone every day, you might run out of things to talk about since you're in quarantine. There is one thing, well, a few things, my mom and I have in common, okay? We love TV. We are addicted to TV. We love TV shows, right? And so we have full-on conversations about different episodes. Have that, right? Find something in common with someone and get into passionate discussions about it, right? You can get me for hours on Grey's Anatomy or, Criminal Minds, those shows, I can go on. And I'll have all my new shows. So my mom will give me recommendations. We'll talk about it. So we get into discussions that are bringing meaning to us and connecting us versus how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Yep. Okay. Good. Talk to you later. Bye. And every day or every other day when I reach out to my mom, I am excited to talk to her. We also reorganize. We're really big in organization. And so I love showing her when I've reorganized a room because I feel so accomplished, right? So that brings us closer together. That bridges the gap. So find things that you have in common with others you love and share about it. Share those interests. So it's really important. Also, do fun things. If it's, Fancy Fridays, if it's Thankful Thursdays, find creative ways to keep you distracted. And again, those small sparks of joy is what you need. And when you feel lonely, it's okay, because we're all in this together. We're all feeling those emotions, different times, different spaces. So you are not alone. So I want to leave you that today and sit on it. You know what? Here's your homework. This is what I want you to do. I want you to make that list of everything that brings you joy. And I want you to come tomorrow, when you listen to my video tomorrow, we will share the list. I'm going to share with you, and then you can comment below and tell me what is your list of joy. Let's find new things to put on our list. Because the more things that we find that bring us joy, if it's watching at the sunrise, the sunset, for me it's like listening to birds, and there's a bunch of things that I haven't put on my list. I just thought about that and I really want to add. So let's do this together, right? Let's make this list, because that will connect us even more, right? By you entering in the comments, by me sharing, and then we can start this community of finding little things that bring us joy. So I'll leave you with that. And then in the meantime, keep talking, keep sharing, FaceTiming. I'm with you. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye.